I figure everybody's familiar with the term blowout, and it's usually something that never is a good thing unless you're possibly a woman headed to a blowout sale at the store that she loves to shop at because unfortunately it's going out of business, and now they're marked everything down to 45 or 50% down, and that's about the only time a blowout is a good thing. Blowout in the case of online gaming usually refers to a quick, brutally painful, and savage butt thumping annihilation of one side or another in a team oriented, massively multiplayer online game. And there's some reasons for them. But and I like to analyze things, so I took 7 battles that, from my perspective, I picked losing ones where I lost, of course, because you don't really analyze and feel too bad about the ones you won in, even if they were blowouts. Most people, I mean, sometimes they blow out so fast that you don't get a chance to get some of your killing in on some of those. So those, yeah, I don't like a blowout either way. A closer game is more fun in the long run, whether you win or lose. A nice close game that goes on for a while. Well, a couple of things that I've picked from playing these, and as you're watching what I'm doing to get the data that I'm about to show you, this is how I gathered it. I go by the screen right after the end of the battle and check out everybody's level. Now, and I know not all 100s are equal, or not all 36s are equal, or whatever, because some people just naturally have more skill than others and make the basic connections about game mechanics in a much quicker fashion than perhaps the rest of us older, slower, dumber people did. But anyway, as a basic function of experience, it takes however long it takes to get at least to level 100, even if you're just brutally stubborn but a really terrible player, which is basically what I am. But anyway, you've seen enough things by the time you're 100 where you'll have some basic idea of what's going on, whether you're any good at it or not. So I used levels, and I wrote down for each one of these battles, and I'll show you a quick and speeded up overhead version of the individual battle maps, and then the end screen for each battle, and we'll draw our conclusions at the end. Basically, the maximum game length in this is approximately, I think, 25 minutes. So right from the get-go, I've yet to be in one that maybe or two games that ever lasted much beyond the 10-minute mark before it was over, either by one side being dead and can't come back in, or missions accomplished, or whatever. I've only been in two that were, like I said, over 10 minutes. One was 12 minutes, and that was in realistic mode. In arcade, they're going to be blown out pretty quickly. But either way, anything that approaches, 25% of the maximum time allowed, somebody got their ass handed to them. It's plain and simple. Well, here's the first map, and this is Corellia, and we're going to be seeing these from my team's point of view, with me in the yellow tank, and red was obviously the enemies. And this is Corellia. I love the scenery on this, and the big towers and massive fortifications, and I have some enough experience on this map to where I do have certain spots I like, and stupidly, usually I do like to take play King of the Hill and try to take the highest point up there. That whole little what's A on this particular map, since it's only the one capture zone. Here I charge up the hill. I was being somewhat careful anyway. It's already a butt kicking if you look at the scoreboard up there and how fast the greenish, light green is disappearing from the health bars up there. Like I said, this is sped up 4 times just so you don't get bored watching it, and this video ended up being 40 minutes long. See, I've died once already, no kills, just barely accomplished anything. I did get a hit on somebody there, but that's about it. And we are 7 minutes into this battle. And I just got taken out again. So here in the first example, the losing team, my team actually had the higher average player skill, and we still lost. But that one went over 8 minutes, so that one was not a blowout. It might have felt like it from my point of view, because all I got done was get killed twice and shot down one airplane, and to me it felt like it was over pretty quickly, but that one was not a blowout, despite the fairly close levels as bias anyway, and probably about as close as a arcade game can come in a way. In this second example, we're on cyanide. I truly hate cyanide, at least this form of it. I've never actually played Sands of Cyanide, but the one version of this map that I do like is the one you get in assault mode and ground assault. And you're a little further up the map from here into a part that you can't get to in this version of the map, the gameplay, the scenario. But there's a spot up there that I found in ground assault, and I've been able to get up there twice, and you can just lay waste to everybody coming in from the southeast. And so here in this second example, you'll clearly be able to see this is a blowout. The losing team had an average of 12.25, and the winning team had an average of 38.95, and it was over in 6 minutes and 9 seconds. That's a butt kicking. That's a slaughter. That's an annihilation. This second example, I was cursed enough to end up with cyanide again. I get some air targets. I think I get a couple air kills here, but I was hunted like once you get some air kills in a row, and if you're on the losing side of the game, you end up getting bullied and revenge killed by tanks or something before the battle's over. You always got that to look forward to. Usually the better you are at anti-aircraft fire. Plus it's loud and noisy and gives your position away. But this third example, the ticket bleed is, it's lasting a little better. We're hanging in there. We're fighting back a little bit. Almost had the B point again. I think we do end up getting the B point. Starting to cap it, trying to cap it. Had it for just a few seconds there, and then Sherman 105 moves in. He got killed. This is a pretty good battle. To me, I didn't get much done except for running for dear life and shooting down some airplanes, but it still felt like kind of blowouty. As you'll see, it's starting to unfold badly. We've already lost all 3, and they're starting to move in and slaughter us. I'm running for dear life now, even though I've got I think I got the 3 kills here. Here comes somebody after him. I knew he was coming. I could see him coming. I'm just trying to run out the ticket bleed and survive to the end, and I think I did. Cheated him. And this one, 27 to, we lost. We were a little bit behind in average, but like 6 points difference in average skill level. And the game lasted a fairly decent amount of time, so that was not a blowout. And once again, I picked ones I lost in because the ones that you win in, even if it is a blowout, it feels pretty good. And you're not going to bitch and complain and overanalyze it a bunch. I like to look back on almost every game I play a little bit, at least through the replay files that it saves the highlights of automatically within NVIDIA. And at least try to learn from my mistakes a little bit, or when I did a bunch of things in a row right for a change and want to be able to see exactly what I did right and how to recreate that and keep doing things like that to hopefully get better at this. This map, where once again we're making efforts here. We're trying to take the center again. We made some progress, but then it's just the butt kicking began. Didn't really feel slaughterish too badly. I do like watching these replays like this, and yeah, I do like to analyze things and try to figure out some map control here. Certain positions at work. I do like getting better. I want to get better. And that was not a blowout. 28.75 average to 30.685. Lasted 9 minutes 22 seconds. That was just a loss. Now we have Attica. This is a map I love the scenery in. I used to hate to play, but I'm starting to get a little more comfortable with it. Not in this particular match, but this is, I get my butt handed to me like always, but yeah, scenery wise, I love this map. It's well done, but it's got some faults. There's only a few ways to get anywhere in here, but you have to learn to play what you got what to work with. But you can lose fast because it's a fairly short map, north to south, and once the push starts, if you don't get it stopped in time, you're gonna have your spawn points camped at really close range, and it just isn't even respawning back into a game like that. And there we have Attica, and that was a mild, really bad matchmaking there, the difference. Let's see. Yeah, what the fuck on that one, because the losing team had 12.43 average, while the winning team was 31.25. What the fuck? And it was over in 5 minutes and 40 seconds. That was a slaughter. That was a butt kicking of epic proportions. That was being sodomized without getting masturbated from behind. Poland can be a challenging map. this map ends up being, this match is almost a what the fuck, in that the matchmaker gave the losing side, which once again was my side, 18.625 average skill, while the winning team had 28.25 average skill. You know, almost 10 levels higher, more experience on average. And it shows that was lasted 7 minutes 33 seconds. That was close to a what the fuck, but I don't consider that to be a true blowout, even though it was pretty nasty. And then finally this last one, back again on Corellia. I said I like this. I really like this map. Some people hate it. It can be it's not for true beginners. There's too many really deadly spots in here. Too many opportunities for high-level people to steal club. And this one ends up being another one of those what the fucks. On this particular time, my team, the losing team again, the average skill is 9, where the winning team is 24.25. I mean, what the fuck, matchmaker? That's just not fair at all. It could do much better than that. And all these 3 that I'm highlighting here, the matchmaking done by the game server is just stupid and ridiculous. Because all these are arcades, and there's no sense in not having fairly balanced teams, at least skill-wise and vehicle-wise. But instead, you have these matches that, if you didn't truly love the game, you had 7 of these and it was on the losing team every time, it would be kind of disheartening. But there you have it. And of those 7 matches, 7 of them really were what the fuck. The ass kicking was caused by the complete imbalance in the teams. The other 4 times, I guess the only thing that maybe contributed to the loss was the fact that I was in all 7 of the battles. Maybe I'm just a jinx. Maybe that's why my team lost. But thank you. I hope you all have watched this to the end and enjoy what you saw, and maybe we'll come back and see us again sometime, or watch some of the other videos I have out here. But have a great day and try to make somebody smile today.